Tricia and welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be making you my ceviche. There are many recipes online that you can follow, but this is going to be my version of ceviche. Ceviche is a fish that has been cured in a lemon lime citrus juice. So let me show you what my ingredients are going to be. Here I have my fish. This is a tilapia. It is fresh fish that I got from my seafood market. You can use cod or pollock. I would prefer to use cod, but they had tilapia right now fresh and it was on sale. I'm going to be using some lime juice, so I've got myself plenty of limes here. I've got lemon and I've got orange juice. You can use all three of those citrus juices, or you could just use the lime if that is all you have. Now I'm also going to put some tomato in mine. I'm going to be using these little grape tomatoes. You can use Roma tomatoes. Just make sure when you chop them up, you pull out all the little guts from the inside and just use the hard outer part of the tomato. I'm going to slice these in half. I've also got some red onion. You can use yellow onion or even little green onions. Chop those up as well. I've got cilantro to chop up as well. And an optional ingredient would be avocado, which I'm going to add to mine. And I'm going to be using a serrano pepper, or you could use a jalapeno pepper, or if you prefer, you can use a hot sauce at the very end. I'm also going to be adding mango, which is also another optional ingredient. I've gone ahead and I've already chopped this up because I wanted to make sure that it was good before I mentioned it in the video, because I want to either use it or not, and it's actually came out really good, so I'm going to use it for my recipe. Alright, I'm also going to need some clamato, which is a clam and tomato juice. Now, if you don't like the clam and tomato, you can just use a tomato juice, 100% tomato juice, or use a vegetable tomato juice like a V8. I've also got some tostadas right here because this is where I want to serve my ceviche on. Now, you may choose to just serve it on a little plate, maybe some saltine crackers or some tortilla chips, or even make a taco out of them. I'm also going to be using some mayonnaise, which I forgot to pull out, and I'm going to go ahead and get that right now. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to take a nice large bowl. Now this is going to be enough for 2 people, so if you want to double this recipe up or triple it for someone else, this is just over a pound of fish, and like I said, this is going to be for the 2 of us. So I'm going to put that in my bowl. I'm going to start chopping up or cutting in half my limes, and I want to have enough juice in there to completely cover my fish. So I'm going to slice these up. I got a little cup here. Or you can squeeze them directly onto the fish. But I want to see how much I make so that you'll know. I'll be back as soon as I've squeezed enough lime. Alright, so I've got about a cup here of lime, lemon, and the orange juice. I did 6 limes. I did a whole lemon, a big one, and I did 1 orange. Okay, I also wanted to tell you to chop up your fish nice and small. I've seen some people chop it up almost like an inch size, and that's a little too big. We want maybe about a 1/4 inch size little cubes or little pieces. So make sure you chop up yours small. It also helps it, you know, cook with the lime a little faster and a little bit better. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and pour this juice into our bowl. That covers it up really well. So just make sure you have about a cup of juice for about a pound of fish. Okay. Now this is going to get covered up, and we are going to refrigerate this, and it's going to take about 15-20 minutes. Now if you did cut your pieces a little bit larger, you might even go into the 30-minute mark, but pretty much don't go any further than that. You don't want to overcook your fish. Now your fish is a little translucent, and you want to see it white and opaque, and then that's how you know it is ready. So 15-20 minutes in the fridge, and we'll be back. Alright everyone, while our fish is in the refrigerator, I'm going to go ahead and prepare the other items that I want to put into my ceviche. Now I went ahead and I also pulled out some little carrots. These are already cut up in little matchstick pieces. And I'm going to go and just chop them up a little bit to make them into smaller bits, and only because I want something with a crunch. You could also use celery, or you could use, let's see, a cucumber. That's what I wanted to say. Cucumber. Now the cucumber, you probably want to peel it and then go ahead and cut it up. You can either cut it up into little slices if you want, some thin slices, or cut them into little cube bits. Okay, so I'm gonna get this chopped up. I'm gonna get my cherry tomatoes, cut them up in half. I want to chop up my red onion, and I'm going to chop up a little bit of this serrano pepper. So I'll be back with all of that done. All right, everyone, it's actually been just over 20 minutes. Got busy doing some other stuff, but here is my ceviche. I just took it out of the fridge, and I'm going to go ahead and uncover it. I want to see if you can tell by looking at it here that it doesn't look as opaque, or it's not as pink as it was when I first cut it up. It is now whiter, or it's not as translucent, I should have said. It's a bit more opaque now. And look at that. That looks really good. And you have a little taste test to make sure. It's super lemony. All right, so now we want to add some other flavors to our ceviche. I'm going to add some of this clamato. Now, some of you might be wondering if you use like a cocktail sauce. You can go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and drain out some of this lime juice, so that it won't be so watery once I add the clamato. So I'll be back. All right, I'm back, and I've drained out a little bit of the lime juice that was in here. And now I'm going to add some clamato, and I'm probably going to add about anywhere from half a cup to maybe a cup. Give it that nice color, and then I want to season it with some salt and pepper. You could add some garlic powder in there if you like. I know I do. Stir that up. I'm going to give it a little more pepper. I just want to see the little pepper flakes in there. But season it to your taste. Okay, so now we want to add up all our chopped onions, little carrots, our serrano pepper. If you have celery or some cucumber that you've also chopped up, go ahead and add all that in. And then we're going to stir it up. Get it all nicely mixed. There we go. Get that mixed up in there. And then our mango, and a little bit more clamato. I didn't add very much, as you can see, just that little bit. I think that's probably a cup that I poured in there. And as you can see, it's very liquidy, so that's why I poured out some of that lime juice, with the citrus juice that I put in there. Okay, so now we can put our mango in there. And fold it in. I've got another spoon here that I'm used to that. You want to add your little cherry tomatoes, and you definitely want to add the avocado if you choose to put avocado in there. You want to put those all at the very end. Now, if you did get some Roma tomatoes, and you slice them up and you pulled out all the little pulp out of it, and you've just cut up the little meaty part, and the skin and meaty part, and chop that up, you can go ahead and add it in here. But you don't want to toss it too much if you're including the little pulpy bit with the seeds, because then it's going to get really gooey, and it's going to give this, very cloudy look, and you don't want that. The same thing, by adding our avocado at the end. I don't want to break up the avocado, create a guacamole out of it in here. I want it to look really pretty and fresh. So these colors are looking lovely. Look how that's looking. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in the little cherry tomatoes and my cilantro in there. Now, if you don't like cilantro, if you want to go ahead and throw in some parsley, I guess you could put some of that in there, or maybe even very finely chopped cabbage or some lettuce in there. That's completely optional. You don't have to add that in there. This just gives it a really pretty color to it, the cilantro, and of course, I love the flavor of cilantro. And it's almost like making a pico de gallo. Go with fish. Okay, we can probably stir it up a little bit more. The last thing I want to do is add my avocado, but I think I'm going to add the avocado kind of as a topping rather than putting it in there and stirring it around. Now my husband asked me if it had any olives in there. I didn't think about that, but I did pull out a few olives and I chopped them up, and I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. Why not, right? The more the merrier. Make this really hard, and as you can see, this is getting to be a really big bowl. And like I said, this is going to be for 2 of us, and this is way more. This could be an awesome appetizer for a barbecue, especially now in the summer. My mouth is watering, you guys. I think it's going to be time to give us a little bit of flavor. Now, I like to be a little bit extra, and I've also got some of these Japanese style peanuts that I'm going to put into mine as well. So let me do a little bit of a cleanup, and we're going to serve it, and we're going to go ahead and give it a taste. All right, everyone, so there's 2 ways you can serve this up. I can make a chalupa, just like the one that I already have on this plate. What I did for my chalupa is I took some mayonnaise, and then I just spread it onto my tostada, just like that. It's completely optional, you don't have to do that, but this is just the way that I serve it, so it's just a suggestion. And then take your ceviche, lots of different little pieces in there. Make sure everything is represented. There we go. Now I want to put some avocado as well on it, just like that. Make it look really pretty and spill it on your counter. All right, the other way you can serve it, if you don't want to serve it in a chalupa, maybe you want something a little more fancy, then go ahead and get yourself a nice margarita type glass or a nice little bowl that you can pour it in, especially if you want to put it maybe in the center of a table and everybody can, you know, dip into it with some chips. Serve them up some little plates on the side so they can grab some from the nice little bowl. But look at this, everyone. This looks so beautiful. Look at that. I'm going to dress it up and make it look really pretty by putting a lemon slice on the side of it. Now I said I like to put little peanuts on mine, so I'm going to throw some of these Japanese style peanuts and some avocado on the top. There we go. And look at how beautiful that looks. Now I can put this on a plate for myself with some chips. You can dive into it with a fork and some chips. I can also choose to top it off with some hot sauce. So if you don't care for a serrano or jalapeno or any type of those type of peppers, maybe you don't like biting into them, but you do want some heat, you could use some Louisiana hot sauce, Tabasco sauce. I'm going to use Cholula and just make it look pretty on the top. There we go. I say we give these a taste. All right, I'm going to taste it just out of my little cup here. Gotta have a taste of that first. And I want to make sure I get some of that ceviche and one of those nuts on there as well. Here we go. Nice little bite. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's bound to be some bits that fall out. It's absolutely delicious, you guys. I don't know what to say, but I think the Cholula and the bite of that little peanut adds such a nice texture and flavor to my ceviche. I'm sure it tastes just as delicious on my chalupa. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up. I hope that you too will give me a thumbs up. And I hope that you enjoyed watching me make my ceviche and that you'll give it a try. Leave a nice comment down below and let me know how you prepare your ceviche, or if you're going to go ahead and try this. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I put videos every Tuesday and every Friday, and sometimes I have a weekend vlog. That's it, everyone. Make sure you share on your social medias, and as always, enjoy.